Commander Alex Reynolds stood on the edge of the observation deck, staring at the strange, glowing world below. Lyra 7 was unlike any planet he had ever seen. Its forests shimmered with soft light, and crystalline lakes reflected colors that made the sky look like a rainbow caught in motion. Alex had been stationed here for 3 months, overseeing the human research outpost, and yet every day the planet surprised him. Humans were explorers, seekers of knowledge, but this planet had secrets that seemed almost alive. Strange signals had begun appearing in the outpost's scanners over the past week. They were soft, irregular, and almost musical, like someone calling for help in a language Alex could not understand. Tonight, curiosity and responsibility pushed him to investigate. He suited up in his exploration gear, double-checked his equipment, and stepped into the forest. The glowing plants lit his path, and the air smelled faintly sweet, unlike any oxygen-rich world he had visited. Somewhere in the forest, the signals pulsed again, faint but insistent. Alex moved toward the sound, careful not to make noise. Suddenly, the forest opened into a small clearing, and he froze. There she was. A creature of breathtaking beauty stood before him. She was tall and slender, with luminous skin that changed color depending on her emotions. Soft blues and purples shifted across her form, and her eyes glowed like twin moons. Alex had seen many alien species in his career, but nothing like this. She looked fragile, yet there was an elegance and grace in the way she held herself. The alien's shoulders sagged with exhaustion, and her eyes carried a sadness that cut straight through Alex's heart. She seemed lost and yet aware. When she noticed him, she did not run. Instead, she tilted her head, observing him with a mixture of fear and hope. Alex lowered his hands, showing he meant no harm. He spoke in a calm voice. "I'm not going to hurt you. My name is Alex. I'm human. Can you understand me?" She responded with a soft hum, a sound that vibrated like wind through glass. Then, in words almost musical, she asked, "May I sleep beside you tonight, human?" Alex blinked. He had never experienced anything like this. The request was simple, yet it carried vulnerability, trust, and a deep longing for comfort. He hesitated for a moment, weighing the strange situation. Finally, he nodded. "Yes, you can." The alien's skin shifted to a soft, calming green. Relief washed over her features. She stepped closer, her presence almost like a warm breeze in the cool forest night. Alex set up a small portable shelter nearby, and she settled beside him. For a long time, they simply sat. The sounds of the forest were strange yet soothing. The glowing trees made shadows dance across the ground, and the lakes in the distance reflected the light like scattered jewels. Alex watched the alien carefully. He could sense her pain, though he did not yet understand its full depth. "Are you hurt?" he asked gently. Her hum was quiet, almost like a sigh. She extended a delicate hand, touching his arm briefly. The contact was electric, not in a shocking way, but in a way that made him aware of the deep emotion she carried. Slowly, she began to communicate, not with words, but through gestures and expressions. Alex learned that her name was Lyra. Her home had been destroyed in a conflict with another alien species. Her people were scattered across the planet, hiding from the aggressors. She had been wandering alone, searching for safety, for someone to trust. Alex felt a pang of sadness. War and suffering were universal, he realized, not limited to humans. Yet he also felt a surge of something stronger: compassion, determination, and a desire to protect her. Night deepened around them. The stars above Lyra 7 were brighter than those seen from Earth, filling the sky with silent beauty. Lyra lay close to Alex, her form glowing faintly as she relaxed. He could feel her heartbeat, or the alien equivalent, steadying, and it filled him with a strange sense of purpose. As the hours passed, Alex reflected on humanity. Humans had traveled far into the stars, not just for conquest, but for understanding, for connection. It was this very ability to care, to empathize, that made humans strong in ways beyond physical power. And now, in this forest on Lyra 7, that strength was being tested in the most personal way. Suddenly, a movement in the shadows made him tense. His hand instinctively went to his side, ready for any danger. The forest was alive, and he was not alone. But Lyra's presence beside him reminded him to stay calm. She trusted him, and he would not fail her. A pair of glowing eyes peeked from the underbrush. Alex held his breath. Whatever it was, it seemed curious rather than immediately hostile. The eyes disappeared as quietly as they had appeared, leaving only the whispers of the forest in their wake. He turned to Leora, who looked back at him with her glowing eyes, now reflecting both fear and hope. "They may come for me," she whispered. "I do not know why. They have hunted my people for—" "Long time," Alex nodded. "Then we stay together tonight. We will face it if it comes. You are not alone." For the first time in many cycles of her life, Leora smiled, a subtle shift of light across her face. She leaned closer, resting near him. Alex felt the weight of responsibility, but also the quiet joy of being trusted. As the night deepened, the forest seemed to hold its breath. Glowing creatures moved silently among the trees, and the gentle hum of alien insects filled the air. Alex realized that this world was full of life, strange and beautiful, and that human beings had a role not just as explorers, but as protectors, as friends to those in need. Hours passed in silence. Alex and Leora slept lightly, aware of each other's presence. The bond they had formed in a few hours was stronger than many human friendships he had known. Trust had been earned and compassion shared. As the first light of Lyra 7's dawn touched the forest, Alex opened his eyes. Leora was awake, her form glowing softly in the early light. She looked at him, eyes reflecting hope and cautious happiness. "Thank you," she whispered in her musical voice. "For letting me stay, for not fearing me." Alex smiled. "No one should face the world alone. Not you, not anyone." In that quiet moment, surrounded by glowing trees and sparkling lakes, Alex understood something profound. Humanity's true strength was not in weapons, not in technology, but in the courage to care, to protect, and to offer comfort, even to those far different from themselves. And as he helped Leora rise and begin the day together, he knew that their story was only beginning. Danger might await them in the forest, but for now, trust and hope were stronger than fear. Cliffhanger ending. In the distance, beyond the glowing trees, a pair of strange figures watched silently, their glowing eyes fixed on Leora and Alex. The forest, beautiful as it was, held secrets and dangers yet unknown. And so, the bond between human and alien began, fragile, beautiful, and unbreakable in its promise of trust. The first light of Lyra 7's morning bathed the forest in soft hues of pink and gold. Alex Reynolds stood beside Leora, feeling the gentle warmth of the sun on his suit. The night had been quiet, but he could sense the tension in the air. Something was watching them, an unknown presence that moved with patience and purpose. Leora's glowing form shifted slightly, the colors of her skin flickering between soft blue and pale green. "They are near," she whispered, her voice trembling slightly. "They follow me from my home. From the past." Alex nodded, already scanning the forest. "We will face them together. You are not alone." Together they moved through the glowing undergrowth. Leora guided Alex with gestures, pointing out hidden paths and safe zones known only to her kind. Her knowledge of the forest was extraordinary, and Alex marveled at how her instincts combined with human reasoning could create a strategy stronger than either of them alone. Hours passed as they carefully navigated the forest. Every so often, glowing eyes would peek from the shadows, testing their courage. Alex remained calm, setting small traps and leaving misleading trails. Leora learned quickly, using her natural ability to communicate silently with the environment, alerting Alex to danger before it arrived. "You are clever," she said finally, her glow warming to a soft gold. "Your people, your kind is different. Strong, yes, but also gentle." Alex smiled, feeling a mixture of pride and humility. "Humans survive because we care. We protect those we love even if they are not human, even if they are like you." Leora's skin shifted to a pale violet, a color Alex now understood meant trust and gratitude. For a moment she reached out, touching his arm briefly. The contact was light, almost shy, but it sent a surge of understanding between them. By midday, they reached a clearing near a crystalline lake. The water reflected the glowing trees and the sky above, creating a serene mirror world. Alex and Leora paused to rest, drinking water and taking in the beauty. "This place," Alex said quietly, "it's peaceful. It makes the fear easier to bear." Leora's glow softened, turning into gentle pastel shades. "It reminds me of home, or what home could have been." Her voice trembled slightly. "I have lost so much. My people scattered, many gone. I did not know if I could find safety." Alex kneeled beside her. "You are safe now." and we will face what comes together. You are stronger than you know, and humans, we will stand with you. We do not abandon those who need help." Her eyes glimmered. Leora shifted closer, resting near him once again. Trust was no longer just a fragile bond. It had become a shield between them. Alex could sense her fear fading, replaced by hope. Suddenly, the forest trembled. A low hum filled the air, growing louder and more menacing. Alex's heart raced. From the shadows emerged a group of strange creatures, remnants of Leora's people's aggressors, their bodies sleek, metallic, and glowing in sharp red patterns. Their intent was clear: to capture, to hunt, to reclaim what they believed belonged to them. Alex stood protectively in front of Leora, his mind racing. Weapons alone might not save them. He needed strategy. He glanced at Leora, who nodded slightly, indicating she understood. Together they moved quickly. Alex lured the aggressors with clever misdirection. Using fallen logs, glowing plants, and his knowledge of human tactics, he created traps and false trails. The creatures moved with precision, but they were unfamiliar with the forest's natural magic, its subtle defenses, and the way Leora communicated with it. Leora used her ability to shift her glow, sending signals to the forest. Vines moved, roots shifted, and glowing plants swayed, guiding Alex and confusing their enemies. Together, they worked as a single unit, a fusion of human intelligence and alien instinct. Hours passed in tense silence, broken only by the rustle of leaves and the hum of the aggressors. Finally, Alex and Leora reached a narrow canyon. The creatures could not follow easily, and Alex quickly led them into a trap. He used fallen boulders and vines to create a blockade, forcing the aggressors to retreat. Leora's glow shifted to bright gold, her version of laughter or relief. She turned to Alex, her eyes shining. "You saved me. Not just tonight, but my hope. I do not know how to repay you." Alex shook his head. "No repayment needed. You are alive. That is enough. That is what matters." For the first time, they paused in genuine safety. The sun reflected off the lake, bathing them in light. Alex felt a deep sense of accomplishment, but also a profound lesson. Humanity's strength was not in power or technology. It was in courage, empathy, and the ability to protect and comfort. Leora reached out, resting beside him. "May I stay with you?" she asked softly, almost shyly. Not because of fear, but because, "You understand me." Alex smiled, feeling the warmth of trust and mutual respect. "Yes, you may stay. We face the universe together." They sat quietly, watching the forest shimmer around them. The bond between human and alien had grown strong, forged in trust, courage, and shared vulnerability. Though the dangers of Lyra 7 were far from gone, Alex felt certain that together they could face whatever came next. Time passed slowly, peaceful for the first moment in many cycles. The wind whispered through the glowing trees, carrying the scent of unknown flowers. Birds with translucent wings sang softly, a gentle harmony that made the forest feel alive and welcoming. Alex thought of Earth, of humanity's journey into the stars. Humans had explored countless worlds, but the greatest discovery was not technology or distant planets. It was the ability to connect, to care, to bring hope and comfort to those who needed it most. Leora's form glowed softly beside him. She no longer seemed fragile or lost. The terror of her past had not vanished, but it had been tempered by trust and understanding. And in that moment, Alex realized that this was what made humans extraordinary: the courage to open hearts, the wisdom to protect, and the willingness to stand beside others, no matter how different they might be. As night fell again over Lyra 7, Alex and Leora prepared to rest. The forest had grown quieter, the threats of the day retreating into shadows. But their bond was now stronger than ever, a promise that they would face whatever challenges came with courage and trust. Leora turned to Alex one final time before sleep. "Thank you," she whispered, "for being human. For being you." Alex smiled, feeling warmth spread through him. "And thank you, Leora, for trusting me, for letting me stand with you." As the forest shimmered under the twin moons of Lyra 7, human and alien slept side by side, not just for comfort, but as companions, as friends, as beings from different worlds united by trust, courage, and hope. In the distance, the forest was alive with mystery. Yet Alex knew one thing: Humanity's greatest strength was not in conquering worlds, but in touching hearts no matter how far or different they might be. And so, a new chapter began, not just for Alex and Leora, but for the universe they would explore together.